Airbnb taxes WTF installment number 2. Hi, my name is Julia M. Spencer. I'm a real estate advisor, investor, and your number one source for real estate advice online. And this is an update to another video, my other one that I just posted on taxes and Airbnb in Chatham County in Georgia. Again, if you are not located in Chatham County or in Georgia, still watch this video because this might apply to you. And also, of course, if you're in Chatham County, this is especially important to you. So in the last video, I was talking, it was a couple weeks ago, actually 2 or 3 weeks ago, that I was talking about the fact that we were asked to start paying taxes on our short-term vacation rentals in Chatham County, which was the first thing we've ever heard. And not only that, we were asked to pay back taxes for like a year back, 8 or 9 months back. And they didn't actually give us any kind of documentation. This is Chatham County officials, and there's several organizations involved in this by now. And I can tell you it's the Chatham County Department of Revenue, the Building and Safety Inspection Office, and Building and Safety and Housing Office, I believe it's called, as well as the internal auditor, and we have the county attorney that's going to get involved. We also have our own attorney involved. There's a couple of people now. It's basically cluster F, as my business colleague would say. But I wanted to give you a little bit of an update. So we got to the point, we finally were able to find from a company that does tax returns for short-term vacation rentals, that is based out of Seattle, Washington State, way on the other side of the country. We were finally able to figure out that in Chatham County that there's 3 separate taxes that are being collected on vacation rentals in the unincorporated part of Chatham County. One is a state sales tax, one is a Chatham County sales tax, and a hotel motel tax as well. So there's 3 taxes. 2 of those, the first 2, actually collected by Airbnb from the guests and remitted by Airbnb to we don't know where. And I'm saying that's very specifically because nobody's been able to tell us where this money goes or who gets it or how much. Not from Airbnb side nor from the county officials. And then of course there's this pesky little hotel tax, 6%, which we are supposed to collect from our guests and then remit to Chatham County. So Chatham County is getting a sales tax and a hotel tax. Now, up to this point of I'm making this video, we still have yet to find documentation where it tells us exactly how much each tax should be, where it is to be remitted to, and where the actual law is written. We have the forms, the tax forms that we're supposed to file. We have the county ordinance that we're supposed to collect it, but there's anywhere written how much we're supposed to collect from our guests, where the penalties are written down in a way that we can understand it, other than in the actual form, the actual tax reform. And the last time I checked, and just throwing this out there, whenever somebody throws out a tax form that you're supposed to fill out, the last time I checked, that's not the law. That tax form is based on a law, and that particular law or ordinance or regulation I have not been able to find. So if you have comments on this, please of course comment. We've been on the phone for the last couple days with county officials, with our own attorneys, with each other, and we've been trying to figure this out. Because obviously I am one of hundreds of Airbnb hosts in unincorporated Chatham County, most of which don't even know that they owe any taxes at this point, or know that they actually have to get a license, nor does the county know that they actually are operating short-term vacation rentals. A law was basically thrown out there without actually anybody thinking about how should we implement this. So, and we're basically are throwing this out, and we have to deal with it. So what happened since last time? So what happened since last time is that a county auditor when the Chatham Department of Revenue actually requested my Airbnb receipts for all of 2020. I'm gonna just tell you this because it's so against normal operations. So me being a good business person, and I'm being honest, or at least I'm trying to be for the most part, I submitted all my information exactly as it was requested, and I didn't submit more and I don't submit less. And I've learned a long time ago, when somebody asks you something from a government office, you don't provide them more than they ask. You provide them exactly what they asked, no more, no less. So then what happened is they started filling out the tax return forms for me and then sent them back to me via snail mail. Those tax returns were filled in by hand by signed off by two CPAs, and apparently also went across the desk of an auditor before they came to me. And once I started looking at those tax returns, immediately the first thing that struck me is that they're actually charging me for all of my reservations, even the ones over 30 days. And of course, the ones over 30 days are the larger ones, and they're the ones that are generating most of the tax revenue. So again, I had to call it. And the calculation of the interest didn't make sense, the calculation of the penalties didn't make sense, but the actual numbers of the taxes that I owe also didn't make sense because they were wrong. They were just simply wrong. So the CPA at the county then subsequently told me, and the conversation was very tense. This was a half-an-hour phone call between me and her, and definitely I had to curb my tongue to not lose it, and I think she did too. But we were able to come to some sort of way forward where she would go back and basically recalculate all her numbers again, taking into the account that she has to subtract all reservations at 30 or more days. She said she gets hundreds of phone calls, people having the same questions, not understanding compound interest, not understanding where the interest rate comes from, the prime interest rate that they're charging us. Even though the months that I've submitted this information are September, October, November, December, I'm getting charged the prime rate of January, which is of course much higher than those last 4 months. So, and the interest rate's been going down ever since. The whole compound interest, she wasn't able to explain it to me, just basically said she has a calculator for this on her desk, and that's what she uses. And she doesn't expect any of our taxpayers to know how to calculate compound interest. I'm just flabbergasted at how government officials are actually operating in Chatham County. According to her own admission, she actually even stated that they are in the 80s with their technology. At some point they will have some software that will do this and it will be much easier, but it won't be until next year. So basically what we've been told is that Chatham County is absolutely not ready for this law and has absolutely pretty much zero or close to zero clue of how to implement it. So moving forward, not only do they want to charge me taxes for the time that obviously I had a business license with the county, they're actually going back now and asking me to actually pay back taxes from 2 months prior to the time that I had a license. Now my question is, if according to their own ordinance I was not able to get a license because they weren't able to process it on time, and because I don't know, they just hadn't implemented it yet, and according to their own ordinance I was in business illegally for the time that I didn't have a license. So the time frame between the ordinance being into effect and the time that I got my license, which was 2 months, for those 2 months they still want to collect taxes for me, even though I was a non-licensed business. So yesterday we've been running around trying to figure out, can we get the date of our license adjusted 2 months backwards so that we can pay those taxes for those 2 missing months and not have it reflect in our own bookkeeping and for the IRS and for our tax returns that we operated a business without having a license and having to pay taxes on it. And the question with this that I have is that if I ever get audited by the IRS is going to say, oh, you paid these taxes to Chatham County for 2 months, which, by the way, July and August are our busiest months of the year. Tell us where your license is for this business. And I'm like, here it is. It starts August 28th. And the IRS is going to say, well, we're going to disallow these deductions for these taxes that you paid because you didn't have to pay them because you were not officially in business yet. So, this is our question now. Can the government, county, state, federal, can they collect taxes on an illegal business? And is my business even illegal without a license? I don't know. Do you know? Leave it in the comments right here because we have no clue. Our next steps are calls to our attorneys, to other tax attorneys, to the county attorney, to the county manager, to the Board of Commissions, to our state representative. I don't know. I mean, just everybody. The mayor. Actually, the mayor is not going to have anything to do with this because we're talking about unincorporated Chatham County. But I'm just kind of like laying out for you how difficult it is sometimes to navigate as a business owner the tax environment once you get yourself into this maze or labyrinth, I guess. It's very easy to get lost. And it's also very easy to lose temper and lose sight of the actual accomplishment of your goals. So I'm going to remain with this video for this. This is an ongoing investigation that we're facing here right now. At least, you know, we had a little bit of success today. They did say that they would not charge us additional fines and interest from the date that we started communicating with them. So there's something to be said to open your telephone lines and your communication channels with government officials because a lot of times they know less than what you know. And the other concession that we got is that we're not on a strict timeline right now to make any payments whatsoever until we figure out exactly how much we actually have to pay. So this is a work in progress. Subscribe to more interesting real estate investing stories here. Leave them at the bottom of this video if you would. And obviously you can tell I am still in Mexico. I wasn't supposed to be here. I'm staying past my original stay here. There's a whole nother video we're going to do about this so you know what's going on because this is actually also significant and I wanted to talk about it. And yeah, subscribe, leave comments, like this video, share it with others, and I look forward to hear your comments, suggestions, feedback, good, bad, ugly. I take anything, and I hope to see you investing very successfully very soon. Have a great day. Hi, my name is Julia M. Spencer, and this is my second. Start over. I gotta start with the title. Wait, now it's stuck in my teeth. Shoot. Note to self: don't do videos right after lunch and before brushing teeth. I can't see. Hold on. So is this music too loud? No, stay here. Don't burp while you take a video.
For your free guide to real estate investing, visit juliamspencer.com.